Hey guys, welcome back to the King's Legacy Show. I'm super pumped to have you here with me today. If we've never met before, my name is Rich James Jackson. If you've been here before, thank you for returning. I really appreciate your attendance and joining me here in this space. In today's show, we're going to be going over something that is crucial yet overlooked in our relationships. And it's the art of being okay with not always being right, embracing our mistakes, and the power of a genuine apology. So let's dive straight in and uncover these elements and how they can transform our relationships and strengthen our bonds. In any relationship, there's a simple truth that at the end of the day, we are all human, which means that we are beautifully imperfect. Embracing this can be such a big game changer. It's not about who's right. It's not about who's wrong. It's about understanding and growing together. A quick story time for you. So recently I found myself navigating some tricky waters in our fitness business. I essentially asked our member base for feedback on how we could improve, how we could get better. And after compiling what felt like a long list of things that essentially I could do better, I ended up the day feeling below the line. And when I say below the line, I classify below the line as like a state that I don't often find myself in, but it's the state where you feel like you have that victim mentality, that victim mindset, feeling like I was failing to a certain degree, starting to blame external factors. That's what I classify as below the line. And that same day, I returned home and already bogged down in my own thoughts and my own energy, only to find my wife, Maddie, who was also exhausted. And she had been managing our little people all day whilst heavily pregnant with our third, and her energy was spent and she just needed a break. And it was probably the worst time for me to mention that I just booked a 3-hour pickleball session for the following day. And her response was just pure silence. But it was that kind of silence that speaks volumes. So then nothing was said, and I followed up and I kind of blurted out with how I felt. I shouldn't laugh, but it's funny. How I felt drenched in sloppy, shitty energy from the day. And Maddie, completely unaware of my day's events, was understandably taken back and a bit upset. And in that moment, I recognized my mistake. I do have a tendency to have a little bit of a stubborn side though, but I fully appreciate how much my physiology affects my psychology. So I just grabbed myself, took myself for a moment, dove in the pool to clear my head, to clear my thoughts. And not going to lie, I definitely returned with my tail between my legs, ready to sincerely apologize to Maddie and have a little bit of discussion of where that came from. And the only reason I laugh is because if you know mine and Maddie's relationship, we've had a good laugh about that one-liner since I said it. So the power of a genuine apology. Apologizing doesn't mean just saying I'm sorry. It's about genuinely understanding and acknowledging how our actions or words have impacted our partner. It's about building that bridge, and the bridge to deeper empathy, deeper connection, deeper conversation. And one tool that I found incredibly helpful is something called reflective listening. It's about really hearing what your partner is saying and reflecting back their feelings to essentially show that you understand and to show that you're listening. This practice alone can lead to more meaningful and deeper conversations and more resolutions rather than escalated confrontations. Stubbornness can be a barrier to growth. It's vital to ask ourselves why we're holding on to being right. Is it more important than the health of our relationship? A really good quote to summarize this is, a great relationship is about two things: appreciating the similarities and respecting the differences. I really feel like this quote beautifully summarizes what we're diving into today. And I have a few questions for you guys, some things for you guys to reflect on and ask yourself right here, right now. And I want you to think of a time when admitting you were wrong brought you closer to your partner. How did it change the dynamic of your relationship? Have you ever resisted apologizing because of pride? Whew, what a question. And if you have resisted apologizing because of your pride, what was the outcome to that? How do you feel when your partner genuinely apologizes to you? How does that make you feel? What steps can you take to become more open to seeing things from your partner's perspective? How can practicing reflective listening enhance your relationship? Some really good questions for you guys to think about today. And guys, that's a wrap for today's episode. Remember, in the realm of relationships, it's not about winning arguments, but about winning hearts. By embracing our imperfections and learning the art of a genuine apology, we can build stronger, more meaningful connections with our loved ones. If today's episode has inspired or helped you in any way, shape, or form, don't forget to share it on Instagram at Rich James Jackson. Tag me in at Rich James Jackson, and your support goes a long, long way. I really, really appreciate it. And signing out for today, Rich James Jackson, Kings of Legacy, reminding you to embrace growth, pursue transformation, and always lead with integrity. Stay strong and keep building your legacy. Talk soon, team.